Oh my God, you're so tall. You look like a giraffe.
That's why you dead built like a baked bean.
A baked bean. Baked bean that. Baked bean that.
The truth of the matter is, everybody's not going to have a carpet kicked out before them, a red carpet kicked out in front of them for them to walk upon as far as being a student athlete. Some people have to do tryouts, some people have to redshirt, some people have to sit out a semester and then get back into it. No matter your journey, understand that it looks different for everybody. But if you're interested in being a college student athlete, no matter the sport, you need to watch this video.
Hoop Laude.
Yes, indeed, Big Brotha Bel here to give you all that you want and what you need. And today I'm going to give you 5 things to consider when trying out for a team in college. Now, before I get into these 5 things, I want to let you know that I put out content every week. I would love to say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, but I've been slacking. Every week I'm going to give you information that's going to help you as far as in your sport and outside of it, as far as being a student athlete. So be sure to subscribe to the channel and leave a comment as far as what you would like to see in the future. Now, before I get into the top 5 things, let me go ahead and say this. This is different. This whole process of you being a college student athlete and trying out is different from that of high school. In high school, they may have set it on the PA system, put it in the bulletin of when tryouts is going to be, and then you just showed up and you tried out. That is not the case. That will not give you the best advantage as far as college is concerned. So let's start here. If you're thinking about trying out, let me give you the order of operations of how this works. If you're thinking about trying out for a university, first, academically, do they have your major? Do they have what you need as a student at that university? First and foremost, okay? You get that taken care of. If that's taken care of, then you can start talking about the actual tryout. If you're thinking about trying out, what you want to do is you want to contact, the first thing is you want to contact the coach. You want to contact the coach. You don't want the day of tryout for that person to be the first time that they've seen your face. That's not what you want to do. That's not going to give you an advantage. What you want to do is you want to reach out to that coach beforehand, introduce yourself beforehand, before tryouts, weeks, if not months before the tryout is, just so they know that you're on the radar. Then that's the time that you kind of introduce yourself and tell them, you know, your school, the coach you played for, your position, your size, your height, all those things. You can go ahead and get that out of the way. If you really want to knock it out of the park, you also have your high school coach or your junior college coach or whatever coach that you just previously played for, you want that coach to call as well. Why? Because like I said in so many of my videos, coaching is a small group. It's for the people that actually coach. I'm not saying those coaches that coach for a year and then they're done, or coach for 2 or 3 years and they're done. I mean coaches that have really been in the trenches for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years. They know each other. So they built networks in that stance. And a coach is going to trust another coach's opinion about you before he trusts your opinion about yourself. Because you're going to tell yourself all the great things about yourself. But he's going to, or she's going to listen to another coach opinion about you far before yours. And that's going to help you out. So see if you can get the buy-in of previous coaches that you played for to speak on your behalf, as well as far as introducing yourself to this college that you want to go to. 2, this goes hand in hand with the second one. This goes hand in hand with the first thing I just said, and that is you need to meet with your coach. Now you've introduced yourself, but now you need to meet with your coach. You need to meet with them as soon as you get an opportunity to meet with your coach, so they can see a face to the voice over the phone or a face to the email. Then that's when you need to do that. You need to make sure that there is no doubt that on tryout day they already know that's so-and-so. I know about this person. I know how many points per game they average. I know all that stuff. You want to minimize any type of imagination of do you or can you play. You want to kill all that. You want to make sure that it is easy as pie as why you're there and what you can offer for the team. Number 3, I need you to keep this in mind. And you should keep this in mind whether you are a starter, whether you are walking on, whether you're a red shirt, especially if you're a red shirt, but anything, you should keep this in mind. And that is this. You need to make sure that you're an addition, not a distraction. Well, now what does addition mean? Addition means to add upon, to add to have a larger value because you showed up. That's what you want. You don't want to be a distraction. I know of individuals, multiple individuals, that wanted to try out for a team and they just had the wrong mentality. They had the mentality that they was trying to show people up. They had the mentality they had some type of braggadocious bravado when they got down there and tried out for the team, and that's repelling. Like that's something that no one wants to be a part of. Like when a coach is opening tryouts, It's only to add on to what he or she already has in place. It's not to be the main ingredient. This is not some Walt Disney movie where they're looking for their main player through tryouts. That program has to be really, really bad to look for their main player through tryouts. What they're looking for is someone that can add on to what they have. And you can add on to what they have in multiple ways, not just scoring. You could be the energy person. You could be the person that's going to be very positive. You could be the person that's going to be more of a distributor. You could be the person that's going to be the backup point guard. Like, don't try out thinking that you're going in there for a lead position. Like, you got to think with the end in mind. You may have to try out your freshman year so you'll be able to start by your junior year or start by your senior year. Don't go in there with the mentality of, I'm going to show these people what I can do and I'm going to start this year. That's ambitious, that's cool, but it is off-putting to other people. And you need to be mindful of that. You got to be mindful of that. I'm not trying to tell you to not be confident. I'm not trying to tell you to not be sure of yourself, but to understand that whatever energy you bring in the room, that's what people are going to be talking about, aside from your skill set. Number 4, you need to qualify yourself academically. I know you think, I can dribble between my legs, I can jump real high, I can shoot from the parking lot, I should be on this team. Skill-wise, you may be correct. But there are many things, many variables other than if you can dribble between your legs or perform whatever skill set you need for your particular sport if you don't play basketball, that are important than just that. They're more important variables than just that. Me, case in point, I told y'all I dropped out of college for 2 years. I had to take care of my family. When I got back in, I knocked on from door to door to door. I went from door to door to door with my transcript in hand. You know why? Because I want to leave as little to imagination as possible. This here is an investment, right? This is an investment. The only reason that many of these coaches even know your name is because you have something to bring to the table. The day that you don't have that to bring to the table, we don't have anything to talk about, okay? It's just business. So if you want to ensure that this person feels secure for their investment they're putting into you, then you don't want to leave anything to imagination. I want to make sure you understand. Now, I go to class, player. I go to class. I'm not in trouble with the law. I don't get any trouble with like conduct issues, right? I'm an addition to your program, not a distraction. I'm not going to. When you're dealing with me, it's not going to require you to have to exert more effort to make sure that I take care of my stuff. I'm not going to be the person you got to beat with a stick to get out of bed to go to class. I'm not going to be the person that you have to worry about this missing practice. I'm not going to be the person that's going to be at the back of the line doing drills, throwing up in a trash can because I got so sloppy drunk the night before and now I'm not in shape to practice. I'm not going to be that person that's going to be talking bad about the coaches. I'm not going to be the person that's not prepared as far as plays are concerned. I'm not going to be that person. And how do I get that across to you? Well, I tell you, but I also have visual representation. Like I said, bring your transcript and anything that you can bring to show that, look, I'm not the person you're going to have to exert a lot of effort to make sure it's taken care of. I'm going to take care of my business. All I need is an opportunity. 5, and the last one, this gets people in trouble, whether it's in high school or whether in college, whether it's in junior college, whether it's the pros, whether it's NAI, it doesn't make a difference. This gets people in a lot of trouble. When you get in tryouts position, I understand. I get it. I've tried out and made teams. I've tried out and not made teams. And I'll tell you this. that makes me think of something else. I'll tell you this. Advice I would give you is when you get in there, do what you know you can do. My mom used to say, go for what you know. Do what you know you can do. Not what you think that you should be doing, not what you think the coach wants, but your skill set. Your skill set. You know, my first college I was supposed to go to, I screwed it up. I went to, it was Arizona Central. It was Arizona Central College in Coolidge, Arizona, that I was supposed to go to that school. And my coach from high school had already had it sold up. He said, Bel, all you got to do is go down there, sign your letter of intent. This is your spot. Well, if you don't know, I'm about 6'4", 6'5" with the right high heel shoes on. And listen, I went down there in my mindset thinking like Dwayne Wade, Gary Payton, Jason Kidd, all these people are 6'4", 6'5", and they play point guard position. Now, I'm an undersized forward, okay? In high school, I played the forward position, small forward, main league position. So I got down there with the mentality that, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go down there and I'm going to show them how I can bring the ball up the court. Yeah, I'm going to show them how I can shoot the ball. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I didn't get that scholarship. Why? Because I couldn't shoot a lick, okay? My skill set was banging, on the block. My skill set was blocking shots, running the floor, getting the occasional dunks, hustle plays, high energy, high motor. That's my skill set. You don't want me bringing the ball up the floor. Can I dribble? I can dribble better than I can shoot. But still, you don't want, when the game's on the line, you don't want Bell to have the ball in his hand, bring the ball up the floor with 94 feet of pressure. You don't want that. And that's what you have to look at yourself and ask yourself that same question. Be honest with yourself. No one's in the room but me and you. This is a safe space. Be honest with yourself. Would you put all your money on the shot you're about to take? Would you put all your money on the skill set you're trying to display during this tryout? Because if you wouldn't, then why would you ask a coach to do that? Stick to what you know, what you do best, what you're most efficient. Don't go out there, if you're not a person that gets dunks, don't be going out there trying to dunk. Don't try to go out there and do that. Not doing a tryout. Because what's going to happen is you have a wide open dunk on a fast break, get down there and get hung on the rim and fall, and it's going to be embarrassing. Do what you can do. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. At the end of the day, is be as efficient as possible doing the thing you can do. Don't think because Kevin Durant is 6'10", 6'11", 7 foot, whatever they rank him in, and he shoots threes, so you want to show people you want to shoot threes. If you don't shoot threes, just do what you can do. And let me go ahead and give you a bonus before I get up out of here. There's two things that I'll say that you always should bring to a tryout. Always should do, always should have at your disposal. I shouldn't even have to tell you this. When I tell you this, you should be like, oh yeah, Bill, I already know that. And that is, you should always be in shape. Always. Always. Do not try out. Like, listen, if tryouts are in October, or if tryouts are in September, you should already be on it, right? You should already be getting your body in condition. And then the second one is being positive. These are things that anybody, I don't care if you can't play a lick. If you can get these two things down, then you have a chance. Listen, there are people on the bench right now that never get on the floor, but they're in shape and they're positive, right? Think about that. Make sure you're in shape and you're positive. You uplift other people. You're not talking down to people. You're not walking in there with a sense of people owe you anything. You feel privileged to even have this opportunity. If you do those things, I'm telling you, you're going to have a great chance of making the team as far as being a tryout is concerned. I went through the process. I redshirted my first year. I tried out. And then every year after that, I got a full ride scholarship. So it's possible for you to do the same. So I hope that gave you some value as far as trying out in sports in college. Understand that it's different from high school, but you can definitely do it. So as always, whether it's on the court or in the classroom or out, graduate at the top of your class. Hoop Laude.